Market searching for direction this morning after a volatile week so far on Wall Street. The Dow climbing 3% by the close yesterday. The S&P, by the way, has gained 11% just this week. We are expecting another surge in initial jobless claims later this morning. Estimates point toward the average. 5.25 million people filed for unemployment last week. That follows nearly 10 million over the 2 weeks prior. It has been a rough couple of weeks for initial jobless claims and unemployment. Let's bring in Matson Money CEO Mark Matson. Mark, good morning.
Good to be with you, Cheryl.
Yeah, so let's first talk about initial jobless claims. I mean, there's a huge range, we should say, and we've seen this the last 2 weeks. The range today, I've seen 2 million claims. I saw 9 million claims. So where are you at in what you think we're going to see today? The estimate is 5.25 million.
Well, it's hard to actually know what the number is, but my message to investors is no matter what the number is, it's easily become fearful and feel pain and insecurity in these times. But investors, no matter what that number is today, have to stay long-term focused. The S&P's down about 14% so far this year, even though it's rebounded, but they got to stay focused on the next 20 years and not the next 20 minutes. Do not panic in these volatile markets.
Well, then that leads me to what a lot of analysts have been saying. There's, obviously they're all trying to call the bottom. Did we see the bottom on March 23rd, 24th? Maybe we don't retest those lows. Morgan Stanley came out with a note yesterday, Mark, and said that, that basically that they don't think we're going to hit the lows that we saw back in March. I mean, it's anybody's guess. But a lot of folks are still nervous by what they're seeing, and a lot of average investors have moved more into cash. Is that what you're telling your clients?
No, we're telling them the exact opposite. You're absolutely right. There's approximately $1.4 trillion sitting in cash right now that retail investors have put on the sidelines. About $350 billion of mutual funds, the equity mutual funds, were sold off last month. And this is a big mistake. Look, when markets are down, investors have to think of it as a long-term opportunity, and it's a permanent wealth transfer for the people that panic, to the people that are smart enough to buy. And don't try to wait to find the bottom, because no one knows where the bottom is until you're 10, 15 years out into the future.
Okay, well,
it's the hardest thing to do for investors.
I understand that. The other thing, too, though, is that this is it's not just that we're watching numbers on the tape here. I mean, this is Americans' lives are being affected, especially small businesses. A lot of our viewers are sitting at home and their small business is shut down. There is talk that the Senate is going to approve another $250 billion for small businesses. We know that the banks are trying to get that money out to these companies as fast as they can. But do you think that that would actually stave off the worst predictions of a recession?
I really don't think it will. I don't think this is going to get better. I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you that the economy is not going to heal until people go back to work and they are able to go back to their businesses. 2008 and 2009, it was small businesses that took us out of it, not the big companies. Entrepreneurs will take us out of this one too, but you have to take the handcuffs off eventually so that they can get back to work and do their job of creating the American dream. The American dream cannot survive with everybody staying at home. And I'm not a doctor, but whenever this is over, the entrepreneurs will take us out of this.
All right, Mark Matson, thank you for being here. It's good to see you, Mark.
My pleasure.
All right, well, we've got